What's up, guys? I'm Austin Jones with kickandpowersports.com, and today I want to talk about starting the XV110, the upgraded version. So this is the version with the electric start and fully automatic engine. It's really nice, especially for beginners, and even more advanced riders just blast the rope around on. So I want to talk about starting it because it's a little bit harder to start this one than other ones at first when it hasn't been broken in yet. That's because there's a couple steps with it, and when it hasn't been broken in, it's natural for the engine to have a harder time turning over, and the engine just isn't broken in, so it doesn't, like, the fuel and air don't mix quite perfectly yet. So let's talk about getting started. So first, we need to make sure that we have the kill switch off. So if the kill switch is off, it's like this. We need to turn it on, So like that, that's good to go. And then we look down here on the other side. We have a key. So right here, it's off. If we turn it to the red, it's on. There's a little red dot. You might not be able to see that. That's okay. Choke, just again, choke is down. This is the regular good functioning position. If it's a cold start, do not do this more than twice at 5 seconds. So you start it for 5 seconds, start again for 5 seconds. You can have it in this position again. You can start for 5 seconds. If it doesn't work, try again for 5 seconds. But once you've done that, you have to flip it down because if you don't do that, that can hurt your engine and your carburetor with it not getting enough air. All right, so that's just a quick note. Regular running, you're driving it around, this is what your choke's gonna wanna be like. You can do the 2 5-second starts like this, but typically you can just start it like this. A really important part about starting this bike is making sure it's not in a cold environment. This bike is not tuned to perform in the cold. So if it's below 60 degrees outside, or wherever you are, you want to bring it inside or into a place where you can start it at 60 degrees for at least the 2 or 3 hours before you start the bike, just so everything's warm on the inside. It'll make it much easier for it to start, and it'll also save the battery. A lot of people have problems not being able to run just because it's in the cold and it's new. And when the engine hasn't been broken in yet, it's harder to get it started and going. So what I did was I brought it in here. It's been in here for honestly probably 24, 48 hours. So it's nice and warm. So honestly, you don't really need the choke on when it's warm like this. It's nice to maybe just turn it on for 1 cycle. In the manual, it says, make sure to read through your manual. It's not super comprehensive, but it says, do not press the button for more than 5 seconds at a time. Because if it's turning over for more than 5 seconds and it's not starting, that could be not great for the battery and the starter. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn the kill switch, turn it to the on position, flip the key, everything seems to be good. Pull the brake in case it starts going. And I give it a little bit of gas. And so right now, if I let go, it dies. We just need to give it a little bit of gas, just enough once it starts to keep it running. So something nice about it, the thing with this one is since it's fully automatic, it doesn't really idle super great, especially at first. So you can turn the idle screw up and you can find a perfect point. In fact, we can look right here. This is the idle screw. If you twist it tighter clockwise, the engine will idle faster. If you twist it outwards, counterclockwise, it will idle slower. So if you twist it too much and you start your bike will start driving because more gas will be going into the engine and more air, and it'll start combusting faster, start revving faster, so it'll start driving. So you want to find a nice balance where it can idle, but it's not quite driving forward. A nice trick when your bike is brand new, grab a dirt bike stand or a bucket, you put the kickstand up, and you throw it up on, and make sure not to hit your muffler on the stand. Or burn yourself on the muffler for that matter if it's already warm. You can start it, and then you can rev it however fast you want. You don't want to rev it too much because it's brand new, and it says on the seat, 30 minutes at slow speed, approximately 5 to 10 miles an hour. Then you change the oil. So we just have it running kind of slow. My hand's definitely on the gas right now. Just a little bit of gas. If I let go, it'll probably die. But it also won't die because the engine can now spin, or the wheel can spin. So a dirt bike stand or a bucket or something you can put it on top of is super helpful for this. Just because when it's not starting, you're not idling, you can do a little rev and not worry about it taking off. And I think once you get this going, if you just let it sit there and idle for like 5 minutes, your bike should be good to go. This is just a little help video. Hope you guys are having problems starting it. If you're curious about how to start it the first time, get a dirt bike broken in. This is it.